Britain may be leaving, but just how far away is it really going?
We're out of the terrible confusion and uncertainty that reigned throughout last year. So whatever happens now, it can only be better than what we lived through. Certain dossiers, as you call them, will have great symbolic importance. And fish, maybe it's to do with fish and chips, fish is one of them.
It's cultural, as Yasha was saying?
I think it is partly cultural, although there's a whole history of fish going back into the 70s that is coming up here, which we have to think about. But I think this is one of those where there will be a certain amount of public drama and then some sort of compromise.
Jeremy Stubbs, there was that campaign promise by Boris Johnson to bring broadband to every British household by the year 2025. Is he taking the security concerns expressed by Yasha lightly in order to make good on that promise?
No, although I agree he needs to make good on that promise, and some contribution from Huawei seems to be inevitable. On the other hand, the arrangements as they stand mean no more than 35%, and that will be reduced as years go by. The arrangements have been approved by GCSE, by the National Cybersecurity Centre, by MI5, the Secret Services. Damn it, James Bond has approved this. So, on the other hand, I think there is a clear message. There is a clear message here, which is that everyone's expecting Boris Johnson to line up with the Americans or to line up with the Europeans or to do the bidding of China in some way. The message here is the United Kingdom does not exist simply to please other nations. And I think that message is going to be clearer as days go by.
At the end of the day, Jeremy Stubbs, Britain won't be able to just go it alone, as we see this battle of titans that's unfolded slightly since Donald Trump came to power between the United States and China.
Oh, I think that what we're starting to see, and the digital tax is another example of this, which is that the UK will be taking the lead on issues. As I said before, the UK doesn't exist simply to please other groups, even though we're incredibly interconnected. But the UK will play its own role and show the way forward on many of these questions. And that is one aspect that has been totally omitted from the way people talk about things. We don't have to go back to the 19th century in splendid isolation to rediscover a role for the UK. There is a new role there as a sovereign nation, and I think it's going to be a beneficial one for the other nations of the world.